They make up one of the most valued and vulnerable segments of America's population. Millions of military veterans, some with debilitating injuries from recent wars, others facing health challenges associated with aging. Now, the agency charged with caring for them is accused of steering veterans toward ending their lives if they become too sick.
It guilt trips veterans. It makes them feel like their life is a burden, not a gift.
Jim Toohey, former head of the Bush administration's Office of Faith-Based Initiatives, is a harsh critic of a guide on the Department of Veterans Affairs website. It's called Your Life, Your Choices, and counsels vets on how to plan their future medical decisions. On one page, a fictitious character is quoted as saying, "I'd never want to live like a vegetable." Later, a questionnaire. What makes your life worth living? Its scenarios: being in a wheelchair, living in a nursing home, being a severe financial burden on my family. Vets filling it out are offered options to describe those situations, from difficult but acceptable to not worth living.
Where is the column that says, yes, I have suffering in my life, but my life's beautiful. I find meaning and purpose even though I have a disability. When government only asks it in a build-up to life isn't worth living, I think it's wrong.
Contacted by CNN, the VA couldn't provide someone to speak on camera, but a department official strongly denied that this guide suggests veterans end their lives when they're very sick. The official points out the guide is being revised, but issued a statement saying it's simply an educational resource designed to help veterans deal with excruciating questions about what kind of health care they would like to receive if they are unable to make decisions for themselves. And as one medical ethicist points out, the VA guide offers opposite scenarios as well.
It says you might think you're being a burden when you're not a burden at all. Your family may want to reward your lifetime of love of them and relationship to them by taking care of you in your old age.
Paul Wolpe and the VA official we spoke with point out that the critic of the VA guide, Jim Toohey, has his own manual on how to plan for future medical decisions if you're debilitated. Toohey says he's not pushing his manual over anyone else's. He says the difference here is that the VA guide is a taxpayer-funded document whose principal author is an advocate of assisted suicide. The lead author of the VA guide, Dr. Robert Perlman, did sign a brief supporting assisted suicide in a Supreme Court case. When we contacted Dr. Perlman about that, he referred us back to the VA, where an official said Dr. Perlman's role in that case didn't necessarily reflect his personal view and that he was simply presenting some clinical findings. Brian Todd, CNN, Washington.